Yo, yo, yo. What up, my peoples? My dudes. What it do? Happy Thursday, man. I got a video into gaming news coming up for today, June 6th. And then, I don't know, playing games. More than likely Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling like playing some X-Defiant today, but I don't know if I'll do that because the whole weekend's probably gonna be X-Defiant too. So I don't know. We'll see. We got the showcases. Summer showcases are popping off starting tomorrow. So we've got like, dude, what a good song. Sorry. We got summer showcase popping off tomorrow. It's going to be a very long stream tomorrow. So don't expect today to be super long because tomorrow we're talking like, what, 15, 16 hour stream, something like that. It's going to be a very long stream because I'll start our normal time. But dude, I think we've got to go until like boop, beep, boop, about 7 or 8 o'clock. Something like that. So it's gonna be a very long stream tomorrow night. I think it's gonna be. Let's see. We'll see this morning. We'll look in the news. But I think it's Devolver Direct. I don't think starts until like 7 o'clock my time, which means it'll be ending at like 8 o'clock probably. I think that's the last showcase is Devolver, and I think it ends around 8 o'clock my time, which means it'd be about a 14-hour stream, something like that. So. Just know that today we might. What up, Soup? What's going on, buddy? Might not go super hard today just because of how long tomorrow's stream will be, and I'll need to get prepared for that a little bit. But one more day till gaming. What do you mean, dude? We're gaming today, dude. Let's go ahead and do what we do. First in place. What do you mean, first in place? Where's my $1,000? What are you talking about, first in place? What do you mean? First one here? Is that what you're talking about? Let's get into video gaming news. I try to figure out what Soup's talking about. then we'll play games. Let's go. Let's do this. Nah, dude. If you didn't see, I was actually the first one in chat. Ha! So, sorry, buddy. You don't get $1,000. I was the first one in chat, dude. Get wrecked, nerd. Get wrecked, nerd. Well, that means you're a noob because I was here before you. What's up, dude? How you doing? Scammed. Well, I mean, I literally had the stream up. Waiting for, oh, that's to be expected, dude. Yeah, waiting for Black Ops 6. That's gonna be a scam. You want to talk about scams? That's gonna be a scam, dude. The scam of scams. Yeah. Well, we'll get into that closer to October. Don't you fret. Don't you worry about it. Well, we'll have a showcase about it. What, on Sunday? I think Sunday is the Black Ops showcase. So we'll have a nice long showcase where they try to get everybody like Soup amped up about it. I wouldn't know what's a scam, brother. Oh, brother. Like I wouldn't know to tell people ahead of time not to buy into something like Suicide Squad. You know? Like, I wouldn't know to tell people not to buy into a game like that. A scam. And then there are people that go and buy it and get scammed. But I'm the one that doesn't know. You know? I'm the one that doesn't know. Your scam batteries are empty, that's for sure. Yeah, dude. good to see you this morning, buddy. It's good to see you, dude. As always. It's a banger right there. What batteries, dude? What batteries? Get more batteries. Woke up, had a dream I found batteries under my bed. Turns out they're empty. Oh no, dude. Well, you're just gonna have to get some more, man. What do you need batteries for? Who even uses batteries anymore? No, I'm kidding. Alright, let's look at this. Looks like Netflix is launching 14 new video games. Let's see what those are. Yeah, I mean, I guess we should go ahead and we'll just bring up Summer Showcase. Oh, God, go back. Summer Showcase schedule. As you can see, tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock channel time. That means we get the news done. We'll probably get a couple of rounds of XDefiant in. And then it'll be Accessibility Summer Showcase. That'll probably end around lunchtime. And then it's weird. We're going to have a gap. We're going to have a gap from Accessibility Summer Showcase until Summer Games Fest Live, where we get to enjoy the Muppeteering of Jeff Keighley. Jesus, it's so cringy. But we'll get that at 4 p.m. my time. So from 4 p.m. until then, Day of the Devs is directly after that. So probably... And then 7 p.m. is Devolver. Yeah, like I said. So we've got some weird... It's going to be a little bit sporadic. We've got like video gaming news. Then we'll have a little bit of XDefiant. Then we'll have Summer Games Fest Live. Then we'll play some more games. Then we'll have Summer Games Fest Live, Day of the Devs, and then Devolver Direct after that, okay? Yeah, but all of that doesn't happen until Saturday. So this is all Saturday. But we'll watch all this. We'll watch all this. As we always do. And then Sunday as well. And then Monday we'll end the stream on the Ubisoft. We're still waiting to find out when Nintendo's going to do theirs. But that's the play right now. That's the plan. All right, we'll talk about that again at the end of the video gaming news segment. I don't totally disagree with you, Soup. I don't think it's just hot garbage, but it's not the same kind of hype as like what tomorrow is for a lot of people, okay? But these are important parts of the summer showcase for the industry, and we will definitely watch all this. Is it as hype as maybe tomorrow is? I would say no, right? Or maybe even Sunday, because Sunday's got some big stuff too. Especially PC gaming show, because PC's better, you know what I mean? Let me get this right. You said, who needs future of play when there's state of play? Interesting, coming from the person who said that they didn't even care about the PlayStation Showcase. I'm just trolling you guys, Davey. It is to me. It is to me. You guys know how I feel about it. What's up, Davey? How you doing? You got me there, you McChicken. Oh, brother, you're a trip. But this is what we're going to watch. This is what we're going to watch, and this is what we're going to do. It'll be starting tomorrow through the entirety of the weekend, and even on Monday, we'll end with Ubisoft, okay? We're still waiting on Nintendo Direct, find out when that's happening, and you can bet your butts, dude, that we won't find out when Nintendo Direct is happening until, like, the day before. That's when that always happens, you know? But, oh, no, you're totally wrong, dude. You're totally wrong. Devolver showcases are always one of the best, actually, in my opinion. Devolver showcases are fantastic. You're probably saying that because you know how I feel about that, and you're trying to troll me out. Devolver showcases are some of the best produced showcases in the industry. Yeah, where have I heard that? See, I knew you were trying to troll me. But we'll talk about it again before we end the news segment. Davey, how you been, buddy? What's up? You're such a hater, dude. What a hater. I only play AAA games, then proceeds to put, you know, screenshots of Supermarket Simulator in the Discord. Busy at work and life? Right on, man. Right on. Eating breakfast. Play FS19. Nice. Farming Simulator. Nice. Cool, man. Hey, it was a banger. There are tons of banger indie games. But you always try to act like the only good games are AAA games. Or quadruple A games for that matter. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's see what else we got. Lots of AAA games are hot garbage, dude. What are you talking about? Oh, are you really? Oh, brother, most people don't really enjoy moving. I've done a ton of it, dog. I've done many moves. Long distance moves. I know all about it. I know all about it. Soup, don't even start with that crap. The like of indie games are hot garbage. There are a lot of indie games that are also bangers. There are a lot of AAA games that are garbage. There are a lot of AAA games that are bangers. Stop, dude. You're so full of it, bro. You're so full of it. Davey, I feel for you, man. This is what I hope, though. I hope that the move is a beneficial thing for you. It's in some form or fashion something that is going to be better for you moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Moving sucks, dude. It sucks. I hate it. It's not fun. It's not fun. I've done so much of it, dude. I've moved all over this country. I've lived East Coast, West Coast, far north, far south, Midwest. I've lived all over it, dude. We've done so many moves. It's never ever fun. Never fun. I think the only real positive about literally moving, having to pack up your stuff and move it, is that it makes you go through your crap. I think that's usually the biggest benefit of having to move, is that it makes you go through all your crap that and I mean, me and my wife have traditionally been pretty good at consistently going through things over the years, not even during a move, you know what I mean? And it's just, it never fails. You know what I mean? You just end up collecting stuff over time. It just happens. So, well, and I mean, especially we're married. We also have kids. So it probably to a greater extent for us than it could be for a smaller family or even just a couple or even a single person. You know what I mean? But it's inevitable. I think people in general, you end up just collecting stuff that you don't even necessarily mean to or intend to. So when you move, you are almost kind of forced to go through things because you're packing everything up. And you'll have to go through things and go, I don't need this, or I don't want this, or whatever, so you'll get rid of it, you know. Yeah, Davey. Yeah. I hope it'll be better too, man. That's why you should go digital. I think you are digital, Soup. I'm gonna start calling you Digital Soup. That's what I'm saying. You are. You're digital. I'm not digital, obviously. Right? And I'm not going to turn digital just because you want me to. I don't submit to peer pressure, okay? No, I'm not digital. I'm real. You can see me. But I cannot confirm that you are not just AI digital soup. You're digital backwards alphabet soup, dude. That's what you are. Here we go, dude. Suicide Squad. Warner Brothers $200 million flop haunts the gaming industry. I told you. I told everybody. Some people didn't want to listen. Backwards alphabet soup. But I told you. And I think the only reason you're still playing it is to try and act like, you know, just so you can tell me I'm still playing it. It's good. I think that's it. You just want to try and prove a point to me when, if the game was really good, it wouldn't be where it's at. Uh-huh. Right. Brother, there's weapons in... there's a game called Vampire Survivors. It's an indie game. It's overwhelmingly positive on all platforms it's on. And there's weapons in it. And it's a indie game. And it blows Suicide Squad out of the water. Yeah. Bro, don't come at me with some crap like that. They has weapons, bro. Brother, stop. Dude, did you see I tagged you in a clip last night? Here, dude. Bro, yeah. You didn't even know until I did that impression you were going to turn into a gremlin when you were 80. Crazy. Now you know, though. Octopath Traveler series reaches 4 million copies sold worldwide. That's good. Octopath Traveler 2 is hitting Game Pass, by the way, which is really good. We talked about that a couple days ago. Women-led games is necessary for equality, of course. Yeah. Well, with the rest, get out. Oh, man. You're crazy, bro. We need to talk about, if I don't come across an article, we have to talk about this today. The Final Shape, right? The Final Shape came out. It's gone up a little bit review-wise. But apparently there were a lot of people having issues even being able to play the game on release. And so I think we need to discuss something here. And I was talking with somebody a little bit about this. I don't have all the details yet. I'm going to pull up some articles. But some of the feedback I was getting was people are only negatively reviewing it because only because they couldn't play the game because the servers were messed up. And I think it's important for us to have a conversation about, you know, whenever you're talking about a game release, or like this is a massive and massively anticipated and promoted piece of content, a $50 plus, you know, it's either going to be $50 US or $100 US piece of content that people are paying for a game. And as heavily promoted and as anticipated as this is for consumers and fans of this game, is it not appropriate to have some negative publicity and negative reviews be laid out because you can't play the game? You know what I mean? Let me spin this in a different direction for you. When a game comes out, even if it's playable, if it has performance issues, does it not warrant negative reviews? You know? And we talk about this a lot, right? Yo, random mode time. So I'm going to pull up, we'll discuss this more in depth here in a bit. But the way I see this is, I don't feel like it's fair for people to look at this in a fashion of, well, people aren't actually reviewing the content. People aren't actually reviewing the expansion itself. They're just negatively reviewing the fact that they can't play it. I feel like that's appropriate. If a game releases, if it's the initial release of a game and it's bonked, right? And in any form or fashion, performance-wise, it makes it very hard for the player to experience the content of that game, whether it be because of server issues or the actual bugginess of the game itself. You know what I mean? Or the unpolished state of it, or something like that. You know what I mean? Then they deserve negative feedback. They deserve negative reviews for releasing the game and not being ready for the release. I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. Talking about a massive company like Bungie that has been hyping this up and then failed to deliver on the release. You know what I mean? Reviewing or complaining? I mean, are you just going to take... Is what you're getting at, Davey, here is that the negative reviews here that people can't get in and play the expansion they paid $50 for, a complaint? They're just complaining. They don't have like a leg to stand on for paying $50 for content and the developer not allowing them to play the what they paid for. I'm not sure where you're going with that. Elaborate for me, and we can continue discussing this. But I'll find some articles and we'll find out exactly what's going on with this, and we'll discuss it more in depth. So obviously a review, right? A true review of a game is going to be, if you're looking for, so I think maybe what you're getting at is 10 inches of venom. All right, dude. When you say the word review, you're discussing, you're expecting for people to discuss the content, right? I understand that. But when you look at a platform like Steam, right, and they give a review process, is what this is, right? A review process. You have to understand, I think, in my opinion, you have to understand that the review process should be not only taking into consideration the content that you're experiencing in your purchase of this game, but also any kind of other issues that come along with it, right? If you can't experience this because the developer messed up and either released the game early, or their servers are jacked up because they didn't prepare correctly for the release or whatever, right? Then I think that the fact that they cannot leave a review of the game for what the content actually holds definitely allows for them to provide feedback on a review page for the game saying, this sucks. I can't even review the content because I can't even play the game. You know what I'm saying? Well, it does, though. It does have bearing on the game itself. So I think it's different. I think it's different if you're talking about, like, if you're going and accessing, I see what you're saying too. I understand that, right? When you say the word review, you're looking more for, I understand what you're saying, right? But, and I appreciate the fact that you see where I'm coming from as well. If obviously you're pulling up like a review outlet, right? And you want to know what the content of the game is like, then and now let me say something here. This is one of the issues I have with review outlets as well, because I can't tell you how many times I've looked at a review for a game and it's been very close to the release of the game and they just talk about the content of the gameplay and they don't talk about performance at all when the game actually has performance issues, right? In my opinion, a true full-fledged review of a game should not just talk about the content the game offers, but the performance of the game as well. And I feel like reviews take quite often the performance side of it out. If the game doesn't perform well, it absolutely takes away from your experience of what the content has to offer. So it's a weird situation. I know that people have this mindset that you know, maybe people shouldn't be leaving reviews if they can't experience the game, but I do think it's appropriate. I think people have to look at it a bit differently, right? And I know what you're saying too, Davey. I understand that. But I think you have to take into consideration both sides. And when people go, well, you shouldn't be able to just leave a review if you're only talking about not being able to play the game or only talking about performance. If you can't experience the content, what else do you have to talk about? If the performance is so bad or so bonked that you can't experience the content for a game you paid for, what else do you have to talk about? That's the only thing you can provide feedback on. A review of. So in my opinion, that's where it does feel appropriate. We'll talk more about it. But I do appreciate the feedback, Davey. I know where you're coming from. One second. I'm still tired too, brother. Noodles time? Soup? What kind of noodles are you getting, dude? I can't even. Unless I was gonna eat like zucchini noodles or something. I'm not even doing noodles. Ugh, I love noodles too. Jesus. Yeah, I remember when, you know, whenever I first started streaming, there was this big, that it was like 2021. This was kind of right, you know, the pandemic was still happening. There was a lot of the residuals of the pandemic still happening. And there was, you know, E3 had already been down for a couple of years, really. And they kept trying to tell people, we'll be back next year. We'll be back. And I kept telling everybody, I was like, they're not going to make it back. They're not going to make it back, dude. It's too late. They already showed everybody that they can do it on their own. They already showed everybody in the industry they can hold their own digital showcases. They don't need any E3 anymore. And sure enough, dude, here we are. You know, E3 is totally dead. I saw it coming, man. The Xbox Game Showcase is set for being about 2 hours long and featuring about 30 games. We're going to watch it on Sunday. We already know some things to expect, right? We've heard Doom. We've heard Gears of War. You should expect stuff like Fable 4, Avowed, right? I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff off the top of my head right now because I am still trying to wake up just like Davey is, man. But there, you know, the Microsoft stuff is, you know, unfortunately what they won't talk about is why did you dissolve Tango? You know, that's what I want to know. Why did you dissolve Tango, you idiots? There'll be a lot of things we know are coming. Maybe some things that we don't know are coming. And they will not talk about Tango. I'm willing to bet that. That's the thing that's going to suck for me. Because I don't think anybody's going to get a legit answer from any of the Xbox executives about why that happened. Because it doesn't make sense to anybody. Secret Weapons Unlocked, dude. What a name of a song. Will Star Wars Hunters ever come to PC or console? I mean, it's already on console, dude. It's on Switch. Is Switch not a console? Can somebody answer that for me? Yep, we talked about this. Looks like China is actually finally, you know, there's a huge bottleneck in China. For those that don't know, China has this huge bottleneck for approving games. Developers and publishers within China's country have this really big issue with basically having to have a permit to release a game, to publish a game. And it's this issue of basically about every 3 to 4 months, they'll just come down with about 40 to 50 permits released. So it's like you get this bottleneck of all these games being ready to be released, but they can't because the governmental organization in China likes to have control of this process and says that you can only release a game if we say you can. And so they release these permits very sporadically and in small numbers. So it's always news whenever games get a permit to be published in their country. You know, it's kind of wild. Will there be a Summer Games Fest sale? There should be. What are we looking like right now in the store? Nothing yet though, huh? We'll see. We'll see. The Axis Unseen. Have we seen that? Let's take a look at this. That sounds familiar. Am I getting Destiny 2? I have Destiny 2. We'll be talking about it. So here's Reject. I've talked about this before. So I bought Destiny 2 before it even released back in the day. So it didn't used to be free. And I'm a little bit jaded by what happened in the first place. How are you, by the way, buddy? Happy Thursday. X-Defiant today? You're off, right? So, back in the day, when Bungie released Destiny 2, I paid about $80 US. Yo, you too, Davey. I appreciate the feedback, dog. I do. Yeah, I appreciate the conversation on that front. Thank you very much. You have a great day at work, dude, and I hope that all the moving stuff goes well, brother. You've had it forever as well, yeah. Yeah, so then what happened, though, was I got really busy at the point in my life when apparently they were switching over from being on Battle.net. Wish you were off. I know. I'm just messing with you. We might play dude, it would probably be a Ghost of Tsushima day, but brother, I'm feeling like playing shooter stuff. I don't know what's going on. I just feel like playing shooter stuff today. Ghost of Tsushima is so good, but yo, what's up, Ferret? So I'm a little bit jaded by the process of what happened because I paid for it. I paid for the season pass stuff, all that stuff, and I had. You know, I played a good amount of it on release, and everything just got erased because I either missed the emails or I was just so busy that I just saw them and disregarded them or something. But everything for me got erased. You know what I mean? Because I didn't get my account turned over or whatever, you know. And so, or switched over from the Battle.net servers to whatever they set it up after that, you know what I mean? So that was one of those things. I'm now 7 hours into almost 10-hour conspiracy theories iceberg vid. Oh Jesus, this is what happens with no stream. You did this, brother. Oh, that's funny, dude. That's funny. Yeah, I wish you guys were off too. What's up, Ferret? So, no. I mean, what I am going to talk about today, though, and I've already kind of touched on it a little bit, are the issues that Bungie's having right now with the Final Shape DLC. So we'll talk about it some more. Self-inflicted issue a little bit. No, dude, let's go. Let's go. Look at that 15er right there, dude. We're going streaky! Yes! Let's go. Nice, dude. So, we're going to talk about it. Because I think there's people feel differently about whether or not people should be able to, I think, leave reviews in regards to the performance side of things. And I think it's appropriate. You know, and I'll explain why when we get into this conversation. So, the reason I have the Final Shape, the Destiny 2 stuff up is because I think it's important that we discuss this as an industry topic. And obviously it's going to be centered around Destiny 2 and the Final Shape DLC and, you know, what's going on with that right now. But all the way around, I think it's an appropriate thing for us to discuss in regards to the way this industry works and how we approach, you know, the review process. What's okay, what's not okay, stuff like that, you know. So we'll discuss this. But that's why I have the Destiny 2 stuff up, because I want to discuss this. How's everybody doing? How was your day yesterday, guys? Need to kill this fly buzzing around this room. Nice. That's such a good emote, dude. Whoever made that emote, that is just so legit. And Shrouded's got a new update coming out. By the way, Ghost of Tsushima had an update too, guys. Wildly enough. I saw it just as I finished. Let's see here. They had a patch 3 release as I finished the game on Tuesday. See it right here. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. We've got this up already. Is that what that is, Reject? Nice. Did you just make that up? We've already talked about that. And we'll probably see Division 3 stuff on the Ubi showcase on Monday. So we've got like showcases tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow will probably be a 14-hour stream because I won't end until the Devolver Digital's done at around 8 o'clock my time. Said it for decades, no idea where I heard it. Nice. Nice, dude. So tomorrow's going to be a super long stream. So I probably won't go super hard today. I've got, we're going to do, because I already told the family that like the entire weekend's going to be really, really chalked for me, as far as streaming goes because of all the showcases. So we're going to do a little bit of a family night tonight as a precursor. I'll probably not go super hard today, and tomorrow will be like a 14-hour stream, and then we'll probably be doing like 9-10 hour streams Saturday and Sunday, something close to that. Okay. And then Monday, we've also got Ubi showcase to end the stream at like 3 o'clock my time. So it'll be another long one on Monday, yeah. To beer pong? Not yet. Kool-Aid pong, dude. Kool-Aid pong. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even, yeah, like, so... Honestly, and I know it was just like a joke or whatever, but I grew up around a lot of alcohol, you know, and not like in like an alcoholic situation or anything, but I grew up around, you know, thinking it was like a cool thing to do because my dad drank. And so a lot of my kids' lives, I didn't even drink. I didn't drink for like the past 10 years. I didn't even drink. Self-imposed, just because. And about over the past year, I started having a drink again here and there, but I don't drink around my kids. I don't drink around my kids either, you know. I just don't want to have any kind of influence on them about that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hey, good for you, buddy. Good for you, Reject. Yeah. Yeah. AC Mirage is out on iOS now. Hey, Androids, how are you doing? We're doing great, brother. You guys are just trying to catch up to us. So, I mean, we've been doing great for a long time. We've had USB-C, you know. We've had all kinds of functionality, emulators. I mean, you name it, Doug. We've been far and above beyond what you guys have had for ages. I mean, you guys are like living in the land of the lost, brother. And I don't know. I think the Apple thing is there's something about people just liking to pay more than what you get. I don't get what it is, you know. But you know, you guys are trying to catch up. We'll see the Division 3 stuff on Monday with the Ubisoft showcase, though. We'll see more of that. I'm fairly sure of it. And my whole thing with my kids is never about like trying to keep them away from that kind of stuff. It's just I just don't want them to look at me and go, well, my dad does it or did it, so I should do it. You know what I mean? I just want them to be their own people. Yeah, that's what I want from my kids. I want my kids to be their own people. If you know what I mean, they want to drink whenever they get older. Cool, man, good for them. Whenever they're of age and they want to drink, then you know, my job is to teach them how to do it responsibly. You know, and which is one of those things. I mean, definitely, you know, continuing to have conversations with our kids about, you know, how to be responsible with things like that in life and as they get older and stuff like that. But I just don't want them to look at me as an example of what they should be doing because they think it's like cool because I do it or whatever. You know what I mean? I just want them to make their own decisions. That's what it's about. Be their own people. This is gaming. What is this? Brother, are you kidding me? Mead. That's right, dude. That's right. Yo, get ready for your phone to melt. Oh my god. Have fun with that, dude. PS5 removes claimed feature that fans deem false advertising. Interesting. Don't expect to see Nintendo announcements at Summer Games Fest this year? Oh, because that's the Jeff Keighley crap. Yeah. Good. I don't blame Nintendo one bit for not wanting to be a part of his Muppet show. Nintendo, stay away from it, man. Concord editions revealed on PlayStation Store. That game does not look good, dude. Sounds like we might be getting some Borderlands 4 reveals at Summer Games Fest. Okay. Looks like there's a new patch for Hades 2. PlayStation fans are seemingly getting a long requested RPG soon. We'll take a look at this. We've got the Netflix stuff up. When is The Last of Us Part 2 coming to PC? Probably when they remaster it again. They're going to remaster it for a second time and then drop it on PC. The game's like 3.5 years old. We're going to remaster it again and then we'll let you have it on PC. Flipping Naughty Dog, dude. Jesus Christ. No, it's not a remake. The Last of Us Part 2 is not a remake. It's a remaster. Last of Us Part 1 is a remake. There's a big difference. You're spreading misinformation, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to please knock it off. Hey, Soup, let me ask you a question. Who cares about Assassin's Creed Mirage? That's the big question. You know what I'm saying? That's right, reject. Yeah, Like a Dragon is getting adapted for Amazon's platform, Amazon Prime. We did also hear that they're more than likely we're going to see the new Dragon Age game at the summer showcases because we are being told it is slated for a release later this year. So I think the expectation is we'll probably see it this weekend at some point. The Zotac Zone enters the handheld gaming PC space this September. No way, dude. Wow. Okay. Well, there's another one, dude. I mean, look, competition on this front is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's everybody, like the PC space is getting riddled with competition though on the front of handhelds. And so and there's a lot of good ones out there. There really is. There's a lot of good ones. So we'll take a look at what this is. Again, I think that what's funny is that Nintendo's the one that made everybody really understand that this was a new way that hardware was going to be viable on a you know, like a primary platform kind of situation, I guess, you know. And then instead of like the consoles taking note of it, it was the PC world that really took it. The PC world took it and ran with it, you know. Of course, we know that the Switch is going to, or Nintendo's still going to be on this front, right? And I think Microsoft needs to go this way too. But it's funny how the PC market was just like all about it. They ran with this, and I think it's really good for the PC market too. It's a much more seamless segue for gamers to enter into the PC world of gaming, rather than having to go straight for like a massive rig or a very expensive laptop setup or something. You know what I mean? That is not true. Yeah, you wish, buddy. Oh, and check this out. On that note, Xbox handheld rumored to be teased at upcoming showcase. Challenge the authority. You know, there's like good reasons to challenge authority, and then there's like troll reasons. You're a troll. ROG Ally is better than Xbox? I don't know. Right now, they're in a pretty bad light because of their warranty issues, dude. Ferret, nice. Yo, I've actually got an article that'll be going up later today. Concord will need a PSN account on Steam and Epic. I've got an article from this previous week talking about how everybody just needs to be prepared for every game coming out under PlayStation to need a PSN account. We knew it was coming. It's going to be like that for other platforms as well. Other, you know, developers, platforms and stuff. I mean, this is the world we live in. Who needs warranty? Oh my. Yikers. Yikers. This guy. This is the guy that wants to be in charge right here. Soup. This is the kind of person that if they were at the head of a company, man, you'd want to be very, very, very worried about, you know. Who needs a warranty? You know? Just promise them we'll take care of them, and then put a loophole in there that says that we don't really have to help fix their products that we build like trash. That's soup. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. We got a lot to cover today. Okay, let's dive into these, yo. All right. PS5 removes claimed feature that fans deem false advertising. Sony is ending its claims about the PS5 and 8K resolution. Fantastic. Yeah, they should be ending this. You know, until the PS5 Pro comes out, and they'll be like, this thing, you can play games at 12K. Right? You can play games at 64K resolution. Bro, that's what's going to happen. Sony has chosen to remove a proposed feature from the box of the PlayStation 5 that many have claimed was never accurate to begin with. Back in 2020, when the PS5 first arrived, it noticeably contained an 8K emblem on the front of the box, which suggested the console was capable of 8K visuals. Since that time, the 8K logo has largely continued to appear on all versions of the PS5 that have been sold. Now, though, that has finally changed, as Sony has instead scrubbed its appearance from the PS5's packaging for one reason or another. Spotted originally on Reddit, it was pointed out that the appearance of the 8K on PS5 boxes has vanished. This move is one that Sony only seems to have made in recent months, and it did so without explaining a reason behind the move. Generally speaking, though, putting 8K on the PS5 package in the first place was always quite a bit of a stretch, as video and gaming tech hasn't even reached a point where such output is all that feasible. Still, the PS5 itself is compatible with 8K monitors, which is likely why it was there. As for the other reason behind its removal, some PlayStation users have said that they think Sony removed the 8K logo solely for the purpose of adding it once again to the packaging for the PS5 Pro. At this point, Sony hasn't even verified that it's working on a PS5 Pro, but reports have widely pointed to an arrival later this year. If true, there's a chance this 8K insignia could pop up on the box of the PS5 Pro as a way of setting it apart from the base PS5 model. Then again, since 8K gaming still looks like it's many years away from becoming an actuality, perhaps Sony will still steer clear completely, putting it so prominently on the packaging. Yeah, it'll probably be on the PS5 Pro. Yeah, it's kind of what I was getting at in the first place. That's kind of funny. PlayStation fans are seemingly getting a long-requested RPG soon, though. This acclaimed Square game should hit PS5 and PS4. So, Octopath Traveler. Yep, Square's been talking a lot here recently. This is what I figured they were talking about. Square's been talking a lot here recently about being finished with exclusives for the most part. They want their games on all platforms. Right? And I think it's they've finally recognized that the exclusivity is not as lucrative as it used to be. Where they might be getting a big lump sum in the first place from a particular platform manufacturer. The amount of gamers there are anymore across all platforms, and the amount that they stand to gain just from retail across all platforms, it is exceeding what they would be getting fairly quickly, actually, on that exclusivity deal. So I think that I don't think that we're done seeing exclusives from Square, but I think that we're not going to see it to the extent that we have in the past. Spotted by Gamatsu, a new rating for Octopath Traveler on PS5 and PS4 was found to have been made in Taiwan. This listing doesn't happen to provide any details on when Octopath Traveler might come to PlayStation platforms, but the fact that it has been rated whatsoever is a sign that things are clearly in motion behind the scenes. In all likelihood, this announcement from Square could happen in the coming days or weeks, could result in a quick release on PS5 and PS4. Yeah, last year, Octopath Traveler 2 launched on PlayStation platforms, which was seen as an odd move at the time, given that the original game never did. It is kind of weird. But there you go. Looks like the rating in Taiwan is a pretty good indicator. We're going to see Octopath Traveler, the original, or the first one, hit PlayStation consoles pretty soon. Here we go. Check this out. Zotac Zone enters the handheld gaming PC space this September. New challenger. The Zotac Zone will compete with the ROG Ally and Legion Go, among all the others in the market, right? PC hardware manufacturer Zotac is making its own handheld PC gaming PC with the Zone, which will be released later this year. The company announced the device before showing it off at Computex, with many content creators already getting hands-on time with it. Unlike its competitors like the ROG Ally X and Lenovo Legion Go, the Zotac Zone will sport the latest 8-core Ryzen 7 8840U processor. This means that it will have the latest architectural advantages over the older Ryzen Z1 found in other handhelds, along with RDNA 3 powered graphics. The Zone also sports a front-facing camera and dual touchpad similar to the Steam Deck. I agree, Ferret. Yeah, I agree. Nice little dock. This looks fairly susceptible. You know, it looks so generic. These directional pads always look so generic to me. I have an issue with some of them because I remember back in the day there were some that looked like this that would snap on me real easy. So sometimes whenever I see them like this, I just automatically, I mean, it could be absolutely fine. But I'll tell you what, it kind of reminds me of the Steam Deck a little bit. Not, you know, it's got a little bit different curvature to it and stuff, but some of the other layout of it and stuff kind of reminds me of the Steam Deck a little bit. As for the display, the Zone will have a 7-inch 1080p 120Hz panel with a peak brightness of 800 nits revealed by video cards. This would make it the brightest display on a handheld that isn't from Valve. As the Steam Deck OLED remains the king in that zone with proper HDR support. While that's good news, what's disappointing is that the reveal that the Zone won't include a VRR display, meaning that screen tearing is bound to occur in heavier games. Ooh, oh no. Other features of the handheld include adjustable triggers on the back of the device and a kickstand, like the one found on the Switch OLED. It includes Hall effect joysticks on the front, making repairability easy. This is huge. And a radial dial to adjust settings on the fly. Snap. So back in the day, I would have some of these directional pads that literally would snap underneath, because all it is, it's on like, it would just break off. They would just break off. And like that top piece that you see right here, you could just hold it in your hand. You know what I mean? I think they're made way better nowadays on most fronts than they used to be. But it's just so there would be some controllers back in the day where it would be like the plastic of the casing would actually go over this part. You know what I mean? Just too strong, I guess, dude. It would like go over this part though, and the actual directional arrows would be elevated. So they would protrude through the casing, and those were the ones that always felt more stable to me. And it was like whenever I would get controllers that would have the entire platform, the boomer bias. I know, I guess, dude. It was just experience based. You know what I mean? Experience based. These on the older kinds of controllers tended to snap on me. It's like they weren't supported enough, or they just weren't strong enough underneath, so they would snap. But the ones that actually on the older controllers would have the casing that would go over them to where the arrows would just protrude above and you could touch it and stuff, you know what I mean? Those were really sturdy. See something suspicious? Absolutely I do. So I just always have this like weird notion in my head that those are always sketchy to me. Yeah, interesting. Fake. That's funny, bro. Oh, yo, Timon, what's up, dude? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Thanks, man. As for the display of the Zone, yeah, we talked about that. Other features, yep. So this is a big deal. When we talk about a lot of these handheld devices, repairability is huge. That's one of the things that I think the Steam Deck has done really well from the get-go. You talk about a device that you're not going to break warranty on if you open it up and try to do some of the repairs yourself. A lot of the repairs are easily done, even by people that are not necessarily, you know, like IT aficionados. They haven't done this kind of stuff in the past. It's fairly seamless. They make this basically a very nice quality of life thing for the consumer, right? It's a nice quality of life thing for the consumer. The repair parts for like the Steam Deck are easily manufactured by third-party companies, and so you can get a lot of, you know, repair parts are very easy. You don't just have to get them from Valve or anything like that. So I think that this is a big deal. I mean, making repairability easy is great for these kinds of devices. And a radial dial to adjust settings on the fly. While Zotac hasn't confirmed it, a report from Geeknetic claims that it will launch in September starting at $800. That's unfortunate news, as it looks like Zotac is making the same mistake that MSI made with the Claw. Timing could also be better, as Xbox may be releasing its own handheld console later this year. That's the next article we're going to talk about. Remains to be seen whether Zotac will be able to sway PC gamers to its portable machine with extra features. Yeah, they're a little bit late to the ball game here, if you will. So many other handhelds on the market right now, and they've proven themselves already. So Zotac has a, you know, they're going to have bake-in time here, where they're going to need people to test it, prove its functionality, prove its viability in this market, you know. Hard to sway me to a PC handheld anyway. So this is what I would say, Ferret. I'm the same way. I don't need one, though, right? I don't need one. But I think where this comes into play heavily for people, there's two different things, right? So people that are on the go all the time that do prefer PC gaming, this is huge. You know, the prominence of the mobile devices in the PC market is great for that, right? It's great for that. The other thing is the seamlessness of it for bringing people into PC gaming as a dedicated gaming device, as opposed to at a moderate price point, because you've got a lot of different devices on this front now at different tiers and different price points, as opposed to having to buy or build an entire desktop rig, or buy an expensive, you know, fairly expensive anyways, laptop, gaming laptop or whatever, you know. So I understand where you're coming from. I'm the same way. Hard to sway me to a PC handheld. I don't need one. I don't need one. I would not get much use out of it. But I think there is a segment for this on a few different fronts where it is going to play well for different consumers, different gamers. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, I think for me, it wouldn't be as big of an issue because I've traditionally played on console and PC, and so using a controller isn't my go-to. It's not my preference. It's not my first choice. I like keyboard and mouse as well. But I'm okay on controller as well. I always have been. So if I was somebody that was traveling a lot and, you know, I would much rather use a device like this than like have to pull a laptop out all the time or something like that. And so, you know, I mean, I think it's one of those things where I'd be all about it if it was, you know, applicable for me, right? I get it. I think that I don't disagree with you. We talk about that a lot, right? There are certain games that play better with mouse and keyboard. Doesn't mean you can't play them with a controller either, though. And if it comes down to it, if you really want to play a game on the go, you know, you'll get it done just playing with the controls you have. You know, so I think it's good for people to have options, right? I agree. It's not the preferred. It's not preferential. But for a lot of people, I think that, you know, because people are on the go all the time, traveling a lot, things like that. And for a lot of people, I think that this is going to work. You know, this side of the PC gaming stuff. And again, I think the biggest benefit to it, in my opinion, is I want more people that have been solely console focused, as I see the console side of the gaming industry to be so completely scummy nowadays. I want more people to understand where the benefits are in PC gaming. And I think this is a good segue for it. You know, I do. I think it's a very, very good segue for people to get into PC gaming from console gaming. So, I understand where you're coming from too, though. I do. It doesn't apply to me. I don't look at these devices and go, I need one of those. It just doesn't fit for me. It doesn't. But I think it's a good thing. And I'll tell you this is one of those things, moving on to this next article. I've been saying for a while that this is where Xbox needed to go. Probably the past year and a half, roughly, give or take a little bit, I had been talking about how I think that Xbox needed to give up on the traditional console. It's never been good for them. They've always been trying to battle it out with like PlayStation on the hardware front. It's never been lucrative for them. As a matter of fact, they've always either broke even or they've lost money on their platforms, hardware-wise. And with the kinds of service, the way that they've transitioned in the industry for the services they provide and things like that, it just seemed intuitive and smarter for them to transfer and into using something more like what the Switch offers and the Steam Deck offers than traditional hardware. Now, I don't know if that means they won't continue to try to do traditional hardware. This might be them just dipping their toes in the water to see how this plays for them, but it seems like a much smarter move in my opinion. It really does. And it looks like it's finally coming to fruition. So Xbox's long-rumored handheld could finally be revealed. At long last, sounds like as though Xbox might be gearing up to announce its first handheld platform. Over the course of the past year, rumors have continued to grow stronger, claiming that Microsoft has been developing its own dedicated Xbox handheld. The creation of such a piece of hardware seems to have come about following the success of competing platforms that include the Switch, Steam Deck, and PlayStation. Can we just stop for a second? The PlayStation Portal is not a handheld. It is a remote access device. Who is this? Logan Moore? Educate yourself. And comic book gaming, let's, do better about letting your people write on, this kind of stuff, man. You can't be throwing these kind of devices in together, dude. You just can't. They're not the same thing. It's a remote access device. That's all it is. It's not a handheld. I mean, it is a device you hold in your hands, but it is not a handheld gaming device. It is a remote access device. Whereas the Switch, Steam Deck, ROG Ally, Lenovo Legion Go, MSI Claw, the Zotac, what are they calling it? Whatever. All of those are handheld gaming devices. So why are you going to put the Switch, the Steam Deck, and then the Portal in here instead of saying like the ROG Ally or the MSI Claw or Lenovo Legion Go or any of the other devices out there that are actually true handhelds, in comparing these, rather than a piece of hardware that is only a remote access device? It's so stupid. Why? Because you wanted to put PlayStation's name in here? Get wrecked, dude. This person's just either just truly uneducated or just an idiot. I don't know. I get sick of seeing this crap. How dumb. What a stupid thing to say, man. While details are still sparse when it comes to what this Xbox handheld might look like, it now seems like we could get our first glimpse of the platform in mere days. That's what I was thinking too. You know what I'm saying? It almost feels like that, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. That's so sick of it seems like it's just that's the way it is all the time anymore, you know? It's so stupid. According to insider Xstasis, who has accurate Xbox scoops in the past, this Sunday's Xbox showcase could result in the first reveal of this new handheld, dubbed the Xbox Portable. Please tell me they have a better name. Please tell me Xbox has a better name for their device than that. It has been claimed that Xbox will merely tease the hardware during its showcase in a way of confirming that it's working on the device. Further details on its price and eventual release date sound unlikely to be divulged during the event on June 9th. This reveal would at the very least put to rest any ongoing speculation about the likelihood of such a handheld. I think it's just being dubbed that. Please tell me they didn't name it that though. Yeah. In the past, Xbox has been no stranger to teasing hardware. Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Again, I've talked about this for a while. I think it's a smarter place for them to go. But we'll see what happens. You know, one of the things I didn't look up here was... I don't like IGN. Yeah. Let's just look at PlayStation Live. We'll see what we can get off of that, okay? Alright, we gotta look at that too. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I do think that that's just what they're saying. It's been dubbed. That's what people are calling it, is the Xbox Portable. That's why I was saying I'm not sure that that's what Xbox and Microsoft are going to be naming it. But I just hope that this isn't it. You know what I mean? I hope this is not what they're going to, because that seems just very, very lackluster. Check out our new handheld portable device, the Xbox Portable. It's like, Jesus Christ. You guys really put a think tank together for that one, didn't you? You know, I just really hope they come out with something better than that, dude. You know? But it is Xbox, so you never know. Yeah, there you go, dude. Oh my god. Yo, this one right here is for Soup, dude. Behind Suicide Squad, the year's biggest video game flop. After 7 years of tumultuous development, Warner Brothers took a $200 million loss on the Rocksteady game. Bro, I can go to my YouTube page and pull up videos of me trying to advise people to stay away from this, you know? I tried to tell you, Soup. I tried to tell you, man. Xbox movable. Brother, that's perfect. I love it, dude. After 7 years of tumultuous development, Warner Brothers took a $200 million loss on the Rocksteady game. Oh, we're not going to be able to read all this. Dude, suck. It's Bloomberg. Oh. Well, at least the title was there for us. Look, I think it wasn't necessarily going to be anything that we didn't already know and expect out of this notion. Like, I think... Well, I'm gonna say two things here. I tried to warn people. It doesn't ever feel good for me to be right on these notions, where it's like, you know, this was a hugely hyped game, right? A lot of people got baited into buying this because of the hype, and Warner Brothers is very good about this because they've got a lot of very intriguing, very fun franchises and universes that they own under their branding that they're very good at baiting people into, right? So it feels bad. But I've gotten fairly good over the years at being able to tell whenever a development process is fairly bad. You see the signs of what's going on here with, you know, through the earlier released information on Suicide Squad. It was things like seeing how riddled it was with monetization. When they were telling us they were dropping it at a AAA price point, it was like, oof, you know, that's not a good look. This feels weird. Feels weird when you're trying to, you know, they're trying to tell everybody, quoting them, right? We're building this game for the long haul. We want to build a huge player base for this game, but they're releasing it at AAA price point, and they're just riddling it with monetization. We're talking battle passes and microtransactions, and I mean, you name it, DLC coming out soon after the release and things like that. It's a scary look. That was first and foremost a huge red flag for a lot of people about what this game really was going to be. And then when you get closer to the release, right? Closer to the release of the game, you know, you start talking about the fact that they wouldn't even let review sites have copies of the game to review. Why else would they do that? Other than the fact that they know their game's a piece of trash. They know that review outlets are going to be talking about how bad the game is. And I don't think it was the worst game ever made or anything. But it definitely wasn't a game built to generate player base. You know? It absolutely wasn't. You know, I think they got to a point with the... it feels pretty obvious, actually. They got to the point with this game in the development process that they were like, we've spent so much on it already, let's just get it out, bait people into buying it, and try to recoup as much as we possibly can, you know? That's what it feels like. It's not the first time we've ever seen this either. I mean, look at Skull and Bones with Ubi. Quadruple A game. Get wrecked. We all knew what you were doing. Anybody that bought that game is either been living under a rock for the past 7 to 8 years, you know, or just does not keep up with video gaming knowledge and industry, you know, on, you know, what's going on in the industry. Because you know, these are the kinds of things, like you see the articles come out of a game like that where, you know, you've got the CEO of Ubi trying to say, well, yeah, it deserves a $70 price tag because it's a quadruple A game. Brother, you guys are trying to recoup. As another live service game, what they should, if the game was actually good, what would these companies be doing with these kinds of games? Who plays it every day? I believe that. But you can look at the player base. I'm not saying there aren't people that still play these games, right? But they weren't built for the long haul. If they were confident in what these games are, if they were confident in the quality of the content and the performance of these games, they wouldn't have done what they did. They weren't confident in these products, man. There's absolutely no way. These are live service games that literally, to be successful, you have to have a large player base that is consistent over a long amount of, a long period of time. They knew they weren't going to be able to get that. They knew it. I'm not saying there aren't still people playing it. Look, man, if you want to take it that direction, there's still been a few people playing Redfall. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not that there aren't still some people playing the game, but as a whole, the player base is basically dead. You know what I mean? So, I think, and it's not that they didn't recoup some of their money and stuff too, but it feels gross. It feels gross. And this is where I think people have to get more concerned with how they're spending their money, where they're getting taken advantage of in this industry, as far as especially these companies like Warner Brothers, they're absolutely willing to do it. They have so many franchises they know people are interested in. And it's not about content. It's not about the quality of the content most of the time, right? I say this a lot about these big companies, right? You talk about EA or Blizzard, Activision, you know, I mean, any of the big ones, WB, it's inevitable their umbrella is too huge. It's inevitable they'll eventually come out with a decent game here and there. They have too many projects, too many subsidiaries. Their umbrella's too huge. They'll have a good game occasionally here and there, right? It happens. But the majority of what they come out with is not very good content-wise. It's usually mediocre at best. They've forgotten what it means to be a great video game developer. They don't create games to try and, you know, really connect to us as the fan base or their consumer base, the people that really are the ones that are lifting their companies up, right? It's about baiting us in and scamming us, man. Gotcha games. Pinky's into the wonder, what is it? The waves right now. The withering waves. Pinky's into the withering waves right now. Yeah. So, I mean, I say it all the time. I mean, if a game's giving you the failure everyone should have seen coming, I definitely saw it. You know. I say this all the time. I promote this all the time. It's appropriate to take a look at, I think, how much entertainment you're getting out of a game, you know? And if you're getting a substantial, even excessive amount of entertainment out of a game, maybe it's appropriate you take a step back and find a way to give back to the devs more than you already have, if you've given anything at all. A lot of time there are free-to-play games people get hundreds of hours worth of free content out of, and they love it, and they're going to continue to play it. Is it not appropriate that you take a step back and go, man, I should probably compensate this developer for giving me such a great amount of entertainment, right? Exactly. Warframe, Path of Exile, there are a lot of good free games out there, dude, that I think people need to do that with. But on the flip side, right, you've got to be very careful about this side of the industry as well. This side of the industry really grows, right? Where they want to take advantage of you with the upfront cost and then even the back end cost as well of you know, what they were charging people $100 to play this game 3 days early too. $100, dude. And I told her, I was like, you're going to be a final beta tester. The game is going to be trash already anyways. Then you're going to be paying $30 extra US to be a final beta tester. And what happened with Suicide Squad? You couldn't even play the game early, right? Because the servers were trash, right? Some CEO recently said games should have a tipping feature. OA sold out. Wait, for real? A CEO said that they should have a tipping feature? Get out of here, dude. No way. Yo, I didn't sell out here. Look, I've got an article calling out the peeps here. Where is this? This should former former. There you go. Wasn't Suicide Squad the game where you automatically beat it when you launched? Yeah, I did think it had that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's not wrong there either. Former CEO, just a future CEO in 3 years of something else. Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's terrible. It is terrible. They just cycle in and out of these companies at the top. Yeah, they're like all in cahoots, dude. They just like sit up there and like drink scotch and like laugh together, and it's like, oh, I got fired for doing something stupid. Somebody's like, well, I'll make you a position. You know, it's like, yeah, it's like, it's so stupid. It's just terrible. That's the way it feels. It really does. You know, well, I mean, I do think, you know, it's appropriate. This is part of that whole like sentiment that I'm always pushing out about, like lifting up the good companies, right? Lift up the good companies that you feel like are doing it right by you with content and providing great entertainment, right? Yeah, I mean, and especially on a low price point or a free to play price point, I think that if you're not taking time to really look at how much entertainment you're getting out of those types of games, especially, and how you might be able to give back a little bit more to continue to lift up those kinds of companies, as opposed to maybe quitting buying Call of Duty every single year whenever they're coming out with crap content like Modern Warfare 3. You know what I mean? Or you name it. You know, crap like WB's doing here with Suicide Squad. It exacerbates an issue in the industry where they feel like they're too big to fail. They can continue to get over on us with just baiting us into buying trash products because it's based on a universe that people love or whatever. It feels bad, you know, but nobody is going to protect us besides us. People have to be more concerned with how you're spending your money, I think, in the industry in order to prevent this kind of stuff from, you know, continuing to snowball as it already has. It feels bad, it does. But Tinwin's absolutely right. Warframe, perfect example. They've got a new game coming out called Soulframe that looks fantastic. I'm really hopeful for that one. There are a lot of good companies in the industry that deserve to be lifted up. There are a lot of bad companies in the industry that deserve to be crushed. You know, unfortunately, it's hard because they are so big. But we got to try and do something, man, I think. This is a perfect example, though, of I think, you know, where so many people saw through this, and it was exactly what we expected it to be, you know? Will Star Wars Hunters ever come to PC or console? It's already on console. It's on the Switch. But, real quick, in the newest video game set in all the beloved galaxy far, far away, the 4-on-4 arena hero shooter released Tuesday.
Or he said.
Brother, I walked right into that one, didn't I? Nice, Spirit. 4-on-4 arena shooter released Tuesday has everything one would expect from a game. Nice, well played, dude. In the saturated genre, decked out with Star Wars' distinct blend of rustic Wild West vibes and science fiction touchstones. Let's see, let's get to the meat here. Despite being a solid competitive shooter to jump into, the game launched on a limited number of platforms, iOS, Android, and Switch. This has left players hoping to join in on the Outer Rim's gladiatorial-like games on their 4K-capable machines, watching from the sidelines, like a pod race spectator during Bunta Eve. Yeah, publisher Take-Two and developer Zynga, do they have plans to bring it to modern consoles or even PC? As of now, it doesn't seem likely. They don't have plans right now. That's what you need to know. If you're interested in playing this on anything other than iOS, Android, or Switch right now, they are not planning to bring it to anything else. That's what you need to know. Will there be a Summer Games Fest sale? You would expect it, wouldn't you? There's a sale going on Epic right now. By the way, you've only got 2 hours left to grab Chivalry 2 if you're interested, okay? 2 hours left to grab Chivalry 2 for free on Epic. If you're interested, in 2 hours, it will go away, and the next mystery game will be available, okay? But there's a mega sale going on Epic right now. How long does this last? Through the 15th or something, I think? The 13th. So this has been running for a while now, from the 16th through the 13th. If you're interested, there are really good sales. Like, I've been talking about this recently. I really think that at this point, it's getting worth to buy into Cyberpunk probably on one of these types of sales. If you look at it, you know, you talk about Cyberpunk for $53 and you're getting the Ultimate Edition, which is the base game, and the DLC, Liberty City and everything. So for $50, probably a pretty good price point right there for something like that, I think. And look, I mean, I've obviously been outspoken a bit about a game like that from what they did to a lot of people on the release. But for what the game is now, and obviously what CDPR is known for with their expansion content, that's probably a pretty good experience and a pretty nice chunk of gameplay for both the base game and the expansion at a pretty decent price point there. But they are having a mega sale, so go take a look, see if there's anything you want on Epic. I know not everybody's excited about Epic. Get it, Ferret. You need a Venus flytrap, dude. But let's see what we've got going on for Steam. Will there be a Summer Games Fest sale? Let's check it out. As someone with too many video games and a growing collection that's mostly a backlog, I love a good game sale. If Steam hosts a sale, I'm there refreshing until it starts. If only we could still have flash sales on Steam, though. But anyway, will there be a Summer Games Fest sale? An official Summer Games Fest page is live and accessible through your web browser. It's not yet available through your desktop app, at least so far. Excuse me. At least so far as I could find by searching through the store, but it features a handful of upcoming games and a few game sales. For the most part, the page will host the live stream of Summer Games Fest with, of course, your host, the Muppet Jeff Keighley, along with Day of the Devs and Devolver Direct. Oh, I can't wait for Devolver, baby. Following immediately after Summer Games Fest 2024. Following the page, you'll see a handful of titles such as The First Descendant, Pal World, Warhammer, 40,000 Space Marine 2, Once Human, Monster Hunter Wilds, Zoocosis, and more. Many of these titles are currently listed as coming soon. However, you can purchase a few on sale right now. Party Animals, which features a 20% discount, and some others. So, I'm guessing that, yes, it'll hit the desktop app, but let me see something real quick. So they do have this page that's live. I'm guessing the desktop app will hit probably either later today or tomorrow. To give more sales and this functionality to watch the stream and everything. That would be my guess. If you guys need this link though, here. Pinky's got the fly. Pinky got the fly for you, Ferret. Don't worry about it. The Axis Unseen will have 3 features that every game needs to start including. It's a serious indictment of the former Fallout developers' dedication to the average gamer above all else. What is this? Axis Unseen is an upcoming horror game where players hunt different monsters can only be heard of in stories that come from different parts of the world. The game comes from one of the former Fallout developers, Nate Perkypile. His latest creation promises to be a unique experience that is not because of a story on its own, but because the game will feature 3 things every game needs to start including. These can't be found in modern AAA titles, but Perkypile promises it will revolutionize indie games. The Axis Unseen is in your next anti-greed game. Here is why the Axis Unseen features creatures from folklore. Let's just see if we can pull this up real quick. Axis Unseen. Have you guys seen this? Have we seen this together? I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Yo, what's up, my friend? Yeah, I'm doing great, man. How have you been? I think we have seen this. Wow, sorry. I think we have seen this, yeah. But it's been a while. How have you been, Cassian? Okay. I'll throw it on the wish list. We'll keep track. I'll link it to you guys if you're interested. We'll see. We'll see. Get the music popping. Let's go. Apparently, Netflix is going to launch 14 new video games, including Emily in Paris, Dragon Prince, Zadia, and mobile version of the Lord of the Rings title, Tales of the Shire. Okay. Netflix has announced more than a dozen new video games, including one based on its Emily in Paris TV series and the mobile version of Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game, as well as the release dates for eagerly anticipated titles, including the Dragon Prince Zadia. Additionally, the streamer will launch 3 games developed by Cly Entertainment, coming exclusively to mobile for Netflix members: Lab Rat, Don't Starve Together, and Rotwood. Notable. These titles join a growing slate of video games available at Netflix, including a batch of recently announced mobile games based on the streamer's popular reality dating series. Netflix Stories Perfect Match, Too Hot to Handle 3, The Ultimatum Choices, and Netflix Stories Selling Sunset. They talk about some of these other games, and I'll let you read it if you want all the games. Some of them you know probably, but... Oh, everybody say, bye, idiot. Get banned, bot. Say bye, bot. Yeah, Cly. Yeah, Cly Entertainment. Yep, right here. The 3 games are Lab Rat, Don't Starve Together, and Rotwood. That's what I was saying. Don't Starve Together and Rotwood, very notable. I mean, look, this is the thing I've said the whole thing about... No, you're fine, Pinky. Brother, why don't you... Why did you even expect... What did you expect, dog? Bro, you're killing me, dude. Oh my god. So the whole thing with Netflix, the thing that kills me about Netflix's platform is that they have a lot of great games on there. Yeah, I mean, what you expected better? You expected better? Brother. Really? Come on, man. It's an iPhone, dude. So they've got a lot of great guys. I think their initial kind of strategy for getting into the video gaming industry was very smart. They obviously own a few studios now. They're trying to develop AAA games, but the thing that's kind of weirding me out is they don't have a great segue into playing just on a gaming platform for their game. It's like, if you want to play their games, then you need to you can only play on their mobile app. And it's like, if you're really dedicated, Netflix, to, you know, this gaming venture and this endeavor of having being a major video gaming platform, then you have to figure out how to have a Netflix gaming app as well. That way, people can play your games on Xbox. People can play your games on their PlayStation console. And now, obviously, people have to have a subscription to play these games, but you still just log into your Netflix account, right? People can play your games on their desktop, right? But they're lacking on that front. They have been for a long time. And so they can keep adding all the games they want, but until they flesh out their service and make it more seamless and intuitive for people to play these games on whatever piece of hardware that they want, it's going to feel lackluster. Brother, I don't know what were you expecting, dog? Really? You're expecting more? Microsoft, Google. Oh, yo, this is from Ferret, actually. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, dude. Microsoft, Google lay off hundreds of staff on cloud teams amid AI push. Can your Android do it? Yeah. Brother, we've been above and beyond your Apple stuff for a long time, dog. Why are you so Apple happy? Oh, is it really? Yo, I'll look at it real quick. Why are you so Apple happy? It's not even like a company that's in, you know, like it's not even like it's a company that's based in your country or anything. So I don't get where Soup gets off being so Apple like fan based. He loves Apple though. That's it. That's all you got for me. That's, I mean, that's the only reason. That's the only reason why you're such a big fan. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, they're getting wrecked, huh? Jesus, stuck. Oh, look who it is. Played it a bit. It's pretty fun. At 5,000 and 5,300 hours. Yeah. Yeah, who is this weirdo? Dude, you're right, Pinky. Yeah, Soup is deep in the sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He fell into it and he won't, you know, relinquish to the fact that maybe he bought into something that wasn't worth, you know. Yeah. Who is this weirdo though? And this one. What are these reviews? Live it. You guys are a trip, dog. You wouldn't know what's a scam? I told you that Suicide Squad, it was a scam, but you still bought it, didn't you? Who doesn't now who doesn't know what's a scam? Now who doesn't know what's a scam? Brother. No, it doesn't look good. Silent Hill 2 remake looks terrible, dude. We watched the trailer. We watched the trailer from the showcase. It looks terrible. Of course it is. It's still in development. It doesn't come out for another, like, what, 4 months? That's not going to change much about it, though. 4 months is not going to change much about that game, dude. It doesn't look very good. It's Bloober, dude. I told everybody, or I've been trying to say, personally, I don't see why Bloober it was ever tabbed to do that game. It looks 9 out of 10. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're so full of it, bro. It looks 9 out of 10. You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Yeah, you did. I know you did. Of course you did. No, I believe you, dog. I believe you. That game's gonna be trash, bro. I really hope it's not. I hope it's not for all the fans. I hope it's not for all the fans. But look, dude, I've never seen Bloober do anything phenomenal. And what's funny is they literally had this all laid out for him. They didn't have to come up with anything from scratch. You know what I mean? story-wise, narrative, characters, anything like that. This was all laid out for them. This was easy. So this is the thing. It should be good. It's an iconic game. It should be good. It's iconic. The original was a banger. If they screwed this up, they are, in fact, a terrible development company. There's no way they should screw this up. It was too easy for them. But it doesn't look very good right now. I'll tell you that. The game does not look very good. I love these reviews, though. This is funny. You and Atro. Alright. Let's go back. Yeah, there's a lot of bad. Look at this graph. Jesus Christ, dude. Just because you can't read, dude. Yeah, that feels bad, dude. That feels bad. I hate to hear that, because I know this has been a huge thing for you, Pinky, so I hate to hear that, dude. Sorry, brother. Let's get back in it. Alright, Microsoft and Google lay off hundreds of staff on Google Cloud teams amid AI push. Is big tech seeing a cloud cooldown? Both Microsoft and Google confirm layoffs in their respective cloud computing divisions. Microsoft and Google are laying off hundreds of employees across Azure and Google Cloud, respectively, according to separate reports published this week. Google is reportedly making cuts across the company so that it can better prioritize its AI push. Big surprise. CNBC reports at least 100 employees across cloud sales, engineering, consulting, and strategy teams lost their jobs and were notified last week. Last year, a CNBC report suggested cloud computing could be seeing some pullback more broadly, but Google Cloud remains one of the tech giant's biggest growth areas, seeing revenue spike 28% compared to a year ago. If Google Cloud's layoffs are at all connected to its AI plans, it would be an unfortunate yet ironic twist considering Google recently claimed there is no straight line between AI development and job loss. Quote, "We continue to evolve our business to meet our customers' priorities and the significant opportunity ahead," a Google rep said in a statement on the layoffs. "We maintain our commitment to investing in areas that are critical to our business and ensure our long-term success." Microsoft, which is also gunning for AI gains and pushing out AI features across its businesses and products, is also reportedly laying off numerous employees in its Azure Cloud unit. Microsoft's Azure's layoffs could impact up to 1,500 employees, Business Insider reports, primarily affecting the Azure for Operators and Mission Engineering Cloud teams. Quote, "Organizational and workforce adjustments are necessary and regular part of managing our business." A Microsoft rep tells Reuters in a statement, "We will continue to prioritize and invest in strategic growth areas for our future and in support of our customers and partners." Microsoft and Google previously conducted mass layoffs last year, where Microsoft said it was cutting 10,000 employees and laid off another 1,500 staff working at Xbox, ZeniMax, and newly acquired Activision Blizzard in January. This week, Microsoft told Reuters it's also restructuring its mixed reality group. Google has also been conducting layoffs for over a year now, cutting 12,000 jobs last year. This year, it's laid off hundreds of employees, impacting staff on its voice assistant, real estate, finance, and core teams, to name a few. You can't help but think that, like, this is just the initial proceedings of what is to come regarding the tech industry, gaming industry, with all the layoffs and a lot of it having to do with AI incorporation, right? A lot of these companies are going to be like, well, we can just do we can just have hardware and software do everything that humans used to do, whether or not it's ethical. They don't care. No, it's not about ethicals or morals or anything like that. It's just numbers. That's it. And so it's unfortunate, but this is where we're headed, guys. And Tinwin, thank you for this. Ferret, thanks for that last one. Tinwin, descend into darkness and explore the vast, interconnected world of Hollow Nest and the Hollow Knight game trial. Switch Online members can play the full game for free now until December 6th. Interesting. One of my best friend is actually playing this game right now. And it's been fun talking to him about it. Hollow Knight is meh. Your face is meh. Don't you ever come at me like that again. You understand me? Don't you ever. Made it too hard? What'd they do? Put letters in there that you had to read? I'm just playing, brother. I'm just playing with you. The difficulty? Oh, this game's a banger, dude. It's insane? No, it's not. Difficulty is very good. It's very good difficulty. Yeah. True. True. Look who finished eating the breakfast corn dogs and decided to jump in the conversation. What's up, friendo? How you doing? Yo, bro. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, is this an indicator? Is this an indicator that maybe we're finally gonna look, man, I don't even like to speculate anymore on the whole the front of any type of corn dog is where me too. That's too funny, dude. That's too funny, man. Oh, Jesus. Eat Pebbles is my cereal? Fruity Pebbles, yeah. Who needs breakfast? Breakfast is delicious. But I need protein. I can't just sit there and eat like carbs, or I've never been that way, even though I'm not really eating very many carbs right now anyways. I've never been that way for breakfast. I can't just sit there and eat cereal for breakfast. I can't just eat toast or whatever. You know, like, dude, I need proteins. I need like sausage and bacon and eggs and, you know, steak. Like, give me all the proteins. But back to this. I think this potentially you know, something where it could be an indicator that maybe we're about to receive some news on the front of Silksong. Maybe could be. Maybe could be. Maybe not. I'm tell you what, dude. I'm really like I'm over the speculation about Silksong. It feels weird to me about. I'm not gonna let myself get hyped up about that anymore. I'll believe that Silksong's out when I see it. It feels weird to me, the whole Team Cherry thing. And look, I'm all about giving people, you know, and developers their time to work on their projects and stuff. But feels like the fan base has been baited for a long time and left, like, kind of left out to dry about what Silksong is and when we're getting it and stuff like that. There's been announcements where we were supposed to be getting it from the summer of 2022 to the summer of 2023 within a year period. Bro, that time period came and went, and we didn't hear crap. You know, and then they want to do things like April Fool's jokes and stuff. You know, in my opinion, it's like bad form. It's bad form. It doesn't feel good, in my opinion, and I'm kind of over it. So I'm not going to get hyped up about what the underlying, you know, could this be? I'm not going to get hyped up about that. Other people can if they want. I'm over it. I'll believe we're getting Silksong when I see it. I love Hollow Knight, and I'm so glad, dude. My buddy's playing it right now, and he's really enjoying it. He has talked about how it's been a little bit tough for him. It's a banger. It's my second favorite Metroidvania of all time, behind Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is the game that made me fall in love with Metroidvanias. This game is so good, and I cannot wait for Silksong. If it's even anything close to being on par with what Hollow Knight was. But I'm over the hype. I'm over, all the shenanigans of when are we going to get it and all that stuff. It's beyond me, dude. I'm tired of it. But thanks for this, Tinwin. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this noise. Okay. So, I'll have GTA 6. You might. You might. You might. I wouldn't doubt that one. Let's talk about this. So, I noticed yesterday. Let me tell you something, Soup. I've played plenty of trash-ass open-world games. Just because a game is open-world doesn't mean it's developed well. Here, I got something for you. There you go, buddy. So I want to talk about this because I think there's something to be said for us understanding as a collective of gaming enthusiasts what is and isn't really okay in a review process on a platform, right? And I think it comes down to some different factors. It's always going to be kind of different for each scenario. I think when I want to talk about this specifically regarding what's happening right now with Destiny 2, the Final Shape DLC, okay? So let's read this real quick, and I'm going to give you my own perspective on what's happening with this review process right now with the game, okay? And what's happened with the release of this. So, Destiny 2 server issues spoil launch of the Final Shape expansion. Server issues have spoiled the launch of Destiny 2, the Final Shape expansion. Many players, this was published on June 4th, so 2 days ago, okay? Many players are not able to access the game at all since the DLC's launch a few hours ago. They're getting an error message stating the servers are unavailable and to try again later. Destiny 2 servers are down on all platforms. Destiny 2 players are reporting that the servers are down on all platforms. The help forums on the game's official report to have threads from players on Xbox, PC, and PS5, with many others making complaints on the most recent Twitter posts. The most common error message reads, "Attention, Destiny 2 servers are not available. Dismiss this message to try again. For more information, visit help.bungie.net." Other players are getting a slightly different error message. After being placed in a seemingly never-ending queue, this message is usually seen when at launch of most of the game's expansions, as the servers fail to cope with the number of players trying to log back into the game. It reads, "One moment please, due to increased traffic, login services to Destiny 2 are currently being throttled. Please stay on this screen until login services stabilize and you are logged into Destiny 2. Bungie's website currently displays a service alert stating the team is actively investigating issues affecting players' ability to sign into Destiny 2. Until a solution is found, players may experience disconnects or be unable to sign in. Updates will be provided on the Bungie Help Twitter profile, with the most recent post stating that background maintenance has been extended. The next update announcement is expected around 2 p.m. Pacific time. When players can access the Destiny 2 expansion and no server issues remain, Final Shape will conclude the Light and Darkness saga that has spanned 10 years. Guardians will face their ultimate foes, Witness, to stop his twisted designs for the fate of the universe. Before this, they'll enter the Traveler and a brand new location known as the Pale Heart. The Prismatic subclass will offer new powers forged from Light and Darkness energies. More content is set to follow over the coming days. So, apparently a lot of issues on the release of this expansion, right? Expansion DLC. And I'll kind of compare this to something that I experienced here recently with a free-to-play game in X Defiant, okay? And I don't think that anytime, and obviously there's differences. This is a game, Destiny 2 is a game that has been out for quite some time, right? A long time. And X-Defiant was while they did have betas, and they should have been well prepared in my opinion, it was the full release of the game. But if you remember the first day we tried to play X-Defiant, you couldn't queue up into a match. It was almost nigh impossible. You would very rarely be able to get fully into a match. And I was talking about this kind of notion where it feels kind of weird for a giant company like, that's Ubi, right? Ubisoft to be missing on the full release of a game like X-Defiant. It was a game that had plenty of betas. It had a lot of time to be prepared for the release. And it doesn't feel very good for people to be trying to plan and be ready to play the game on release and to have a giant company miss. Yeah? Have a giant company like that miss. But the caveat to that, whenever I was saying that stuff for X-Defiant, was that's a free-to-play game. I didn't have to pay anything. You know, did it waste some of my time? Did it waste some of our time? Absolutely, it did. But ultimately, I didn't pay anything for that game, right? None of us did. So it's hard to have a huge complaint on that front. Now, the difference between that and what I'm talking about here, and like I said previously, each scenario is going to be a little bit different when you're talking about a game release, yeah? This is a game, Destiny 2, that has been out for quite some time. Full released. Now, obviously, you know, we're talking about a new expansion. This is also an expansion that people either paid anywhere between $50 to $100 for US. See this right here? $49.99 to $99.99. This is what people paid. Okay? So, I think when you take that into consideration, there are expectations that come along with that from a big company like Bungie and people that are anticipating the release of a title like this, an expansion to a game that they're interested in, they've been playing. The New World launch, oh Jesus, I know. Yeah, I remember that one. Yep, I remember that one. What I want to get at here is I've heard things like the negative reviews they've been receiving on Steam, like for instance, right? You'll see a lot of these reviews talking about the server issues, right? Collect all the error codes if you still haven't got them all. The final current. Laundry list of unfixed bugs. Servers crashing, error codes. You know, and one of the things that I got feedback on was, well, people aren't actually reviewing the content. They're just reviewing the fact that the servers are down and they can't log in. Is that not appropriate? From a standpoint of a gamer and a consumer who is potentially paying $50 to $100 for content and preparing to play a game, is it not appropriate to leave some negative feedback, negative reviewing for a company that should have been prepared for this? Exactly. And that's exactly the point I'm trying to get at. That's exactly the point. I talk about this sentiment a lot, right? I talk about this sentiment a lot. Say that on the release of a game, I'll give you an example. Something like Hogwarts Legacy, right? Hogwarts Legacy for me was a terrible experience because the performance of the game was not very good. So it's hard to enjoy and experience all the content the game has to offer because the performance side of the game was very bad for me, right? So whenever the performance of a game is bad, it's hard to experience all the content or even appreciate it. Think about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, for a lot of players on release, you couldn't experience any of the content because the game was nigh unplayable for many, especially on console, right? So how do you even review the content of the game if you can't even experience it? And this is no different than that. There's no difference between in-game related performance issues or not being able to get in and play the game at all because there are performance issues on the side of not being able to get into the servers. It's the same thing. It's all performance. This all lies on the company itself being prepared and giving people what they paid for. And what they're expecting in that payment is to be able to get in there and experience the content. So if you can't experience the content, you can't leave a review based on that content. The only thing you have to go off of is exactly what Pinky's talking about. You only have to go off of giving a negative review based on the performance issues you're experiencing, right? So it's appropriate. In my opinion, very appropriate. Now, don't get me wrong. In the review process of games, right, a lot of what you go and you look for is a review of the content. A review, the word review, people think and expect to see a review of the content. But you have to understand that if you can't experience the content, you can only review what your experience has been. And if you can't, the performance in any capacity is so bad that you can't experience the game content at all, that's all you have to leave. Is feedback based on the performance preventing you from being able to experience the game. And it feels exceptionally, especially bad when you're paying money for it. When you're paying money and you're having these issues, you have to expect people to leave feedback like this. Now, we all know that there's going to be biases on both sides of review processes, right? Whether it be review bombing or review bloating, what have you. But truly, just seeing people leave feedback about, well, can't recommend this. You know what I mean? Thumbs down. Can't recommend this game because I can't even play it because the servers are bonked. Absolutely appropriate in my opinion. Absolutely. So to hear people say things like, well, they're not actually even leaving a review of the content. It's because they can't. Which makes it very appropriate that they're leaving a review on the only thing they can experience, which is the fact that the developer behind the game and the public, you know what I mean, is preventing them with issues from being able to experience the content. So in my opinion, very appropriate. I'll give you the real news. No bias, nothing. Unless your name's Call of Duty or Rockstar, then we can talk. Or Apple. You're ridiculous, dude. So, I mean, this is where I'll stand on this. And it would be very hard for anybody to argue a fact on this front for me that would have me budge off that notion. You know what I mean? A review process as a whole, and I'll tell you this as well, and I talked about this earlier. A lot of times what I feel is unfortunate is that the performance side of things quite often isn't even talked about in reviews on like review sites, review outlets and stuff anymore. And that's one of the things that's disappointing to me. So I'll think about playing a game on or close to release. I'll look at reviews coming out where people have got an early hands-on or something like that, and they won't talk about performance at all. They'll just talk about content. And then the game will come out, and across the board, most people have performance issues. And it's like, you can't tell me that you didn't have performance issues in that game at all. The review outlet, whoever reviewed that game. That's unfortunate because it's an all-encompassing thing. The only thing that you should, like a review process is anything that you experience should be part of that review process. The positives and the negatives, as if you experience any of that all the way together, right? But it should be content, performance, all encompassing. And if you can only experience bad performance and you can't experience content at all, then that's the only thing you have to write about until maybe it gets better in the future. So, this is the last thing I have, guys. I have not seen anything new on the front of our showcases, okay? So, Showcases are still showing exactly what I have in our exclamation point schedule. Again, you can pull this up and go down to the bottom. There's a tab that shows 2024 Summer Showcases, right? And you can kind of see everything here. There's also a link to this website, which is Games Radar. That is where I've been tracking all of this. So the link is right here below the names of the showcases. So you can click on that also if you need it. And tomorrow's going to be a weird day. We're going to have video gaming news, as we always do. And then probably about an hour to 2 hours after the news, depending on when we end, we will have our first showcase, which is Accessibility Summer Showcase, right? So I'll pull everyone here. It's probably a little bit easier to see. These are the showcases we're watching tomorrow. And so we'll do the news, then we'll do a little bit of gaming, then we'll have Accessibility Summer Showcase at 11 my time, channel time, or no, 10 o'clock my time, channel time. And then we'll have some more gaming until 4 o'clock p.m., which is actually a little bit after we would normally end the stream. We're having a very long stream tomorrow because of Summer Showcases. So Summer Games Fest Live with the Muppet Jeff Keighley, right? That kicks off at 4 o'clock p.m. So we'll watch that from 4. And then straight after that ends, we get Day of the Devs. And then at 7 o'clock p.m. my time, we get Devolver Direct, which is one of my favorite showcases every single year. So we will probably be ending the stream at roughly 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow night. So I'll be doing like a 14-hour stream. Get ready for it, okay? Let's see what we got here. Random mode time. Perfect, dude. Perfect. Dark mode. Dark mode. Let's go. Get your random modes in there, peoples. So tomorrow's going to be a wild day. It'll be a long stream. We're going to have a great time because we always do. But it'll be sporadic kind of with like news, gaming, showcase, gaming, and then more showcases to kind of end out the night, okay? So be ready for that. That's what's happening, man. Cool. Good stuff this morning, guys. As always, I appreciate it. We're going to go play some games and have a great day. Cool. Probably Ghost of Tsushima. I'm really feeling like playing shooters today, but we're going to be playing shooters all weekend probably, so I'll try to stick to Ghost of Tsushima today. If anybody's hanging out this morning, you're not familiar with what we do, this is The Jam. We are live 6 days a week, every day but Wednesday. Hope everybody had a great day while I was off yesterday. We always do video gaming news to begin the stream. So like we're kind of summing up right now, it's all about promoting a healthier industry for ourselves as gaming enthusiasts and consumers of these products, trying to, you know, build up and lift up the companies that are doing better by us and you know, shine a light on the companies that are maybe not doing so well by us, you know. But after that, we go play games for the rest of the day. We have a great time. We got an awesome community here. Even if, you know, hey, COD stream soon. Oh, man. Depends. How much is Soup paying me to play COD? You know? We have wars 24/7. Well, Soup tries to have wars, but he's just usually talking out of his McNugget, you know what I mean? And not making a whole lot of sense, so I usually win. I wouldn't call it wars. I would just call it usually OA winning. With Soup trying to troll. That's usually, it's not really a war. We have a great community here. We have a great time, dude. It's all about laughs and just having a good time and you know, having legitimate friendships and having a good time, spending time with one another, playing video games and you know, that's what it's all about. We got a great community, awesome people. Always presenting a cool place for people to come hang out and enjoy video games. So if you can dig it, come be a part of it, man. Come spread the good vibes, man. So have a great day. Happy Thursday. Get ready for big long streams this weekend coming up, especially tomorrow, 14 hours tomorrow while we watch all the summer showcase stuff popping off. There's going to be a lot of great information coming. So come be a part of it and watch all the summer showcase stuff with us, man. It's going to be a good time. But until then, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. I'm not going anywhere. The stream's not going down. I'm just going to run us an outro to sum up the news segment real quick. And as soon as I get back, we will be playing games. See you in a second.